Well, when I started following those habits, something happened that was major. All of a sudden, I started making money. Ideas began to come to me. My mind was clear. I began to produce. Doors began to open. And I began to make more money and more money and more money and more money and more money. And then finally, when I could go back and recollect, what is it? What am I doing? I realized I'm prospering because of what I'm doing daily. It seems so simple, but it's the simple things that causes us major breakthroughs. Major breakthroughs. Routines and rituals make up your life already. They already make up your life. You already have rituals and routines you follow. The problem is that you have accumulated a lot of habits. If they're not the right ones, then they're not going to lead to the right ending. If they are the wrong ones, they're going to lead to the wrong results. But if they are the right routines, they're going to yield the right results. So anyway, back in 1995 was a major year. We were extremely broke. We were trying to figure out life. Back then, and my husband helped me go back and document it. He went back and got pictures and everything because we were broke. That's the main thing. I don't know where we were sitting, but I know we were broke, all right? So I got that part of the story. We couldn't pay our cable. What was major, we couldn't pay our rent. We couldn't pay our car note. This is when we had repossession. This is when you know how when you hide your car. Oh, y'all all rich. Okay, y'all don't know about that. All right, okay. So ain't nobody in here ever had to hide a car. Okay, all right, okay, I'm with a high echelon crowd. Well, I had to hide my car before, okay? So that's when you put it at your cousin's house that you never go and see, but now you be like, hey, favorite cuz, can I borrow your garage for like 2 weeks until I come up with this money to get us caught up. So that's where we were. But at that time, I had something on the inside of me. I had faith. I had God. I had belief. And I had some systems that I had not used. And I said, okay, enough is enough. How long are we going to go from this to where I really want to be? So I started applying some things. I'm going to tell you all about them today. So we fast forward some years, and I can remember when I made my first $1 million. We don't forget that. I can remember that. I can remember when we made our first $1 million. And it almost was like we were on a roll and and making money. And then when we made it was almost by happenstance, like, oh my God, wow, oh my God, we made it, we're millionaires. Because we were just rolling. I had changed so much. Things had changed. I can remember when I had my first $100,000 day. You can remember that. Some of you were there. And I mean, we went crazy. Y'all were happy as I was. I had $100,000. I made $100,000 in like 30 minutes in a day. From speaking and my efforts and my product. I can remember when we went to buy our first jet. And we owned our own private jet for 7 years. And a helicopter. I remember when I took my first private jet ride, I didn't even know how to be on a private jet. But I had walked into this lifestyle. And I had to learn about things like FBO, not the airport. When you go to the private FBO, and you have your own airline stewardess. And I can remember when my husband, when I first got the jet, he had to pull me in on that too. Because, see, I take on everything. Prosperity, let's take it on. So we got the jet, and I can remember I had a meeting in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. So I flew to Phoenix, Arizona, and there was something going on. We were in Michigan at the time with the weather in Michigan, so we couldn't come back home. I said, well, that's not a problem. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. How close are we to Las Vegas? And the pilot said, oh, that'd just be like an hour. I said, well, you said we can't get back to Michigan. He said, no, we can't fly into Michigan. It's a snowstorm. Can't get back in. I said, well, I hope that lasts a couple days. I'm going to be done. We're going to wrap up this meeting in Phoenix, Arizona. I'll be done tonight. I said, when I get done, I'm going to get done. I'm going to talk with the people afterwards. We got to do a little bit of dinner. I said, then we're going to go and we're going to come to the jet. And I'm going to have you fly us over to Las Vegas, and I'm going to take all these girls, because my team, had never been to Las Vegas. And they thought that Las Vegas, the only thing there is in Las Vegas to do is gamble. Some people are scared to go to Las Vegas. They just out their mind. Las Vegas got the best shopping in the whole wide world. Don't they, Deshaun? Please, when the malls stay open all night, that is God. What? God lives in Vegas. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He met me right at the plane. 24 hours. You can land in Vegas at 9 o'clock and still shop all night. Now, you 9 o'clock in most places, everything is closed, locked down. You can't even get no chicken. But I'm telling you, in Las Vegas, you can eat all night. You can shop all night. So, and in the mall, I'm talking about you walking through the mall and the ceiling is lit up and they got angels flying and everything. I said, this is Jesus, this is Jesus. I don't care what y'all say. But anyway, so I said, I'm going to take all my staff and my team to Vegas. So we took the girls over to Las Vegas. Then we still couldn't go home. I said, we still can't make it home? Wow. So then we went and stopped by L.A. I said, they've never seen L.A. Let me take them. Then we came finally home. So we got home. My husband said, now, did you add up all that gas fuel that you used? And I said, no, I wasn't thinking about the fuel. I was just thinking about the time. We might as well just waste some time since we couldn't come home. And he said, well, every time you fly on the jet, it's not like driving your car, Stacia. It costs a little bit more. You count up the cost. I said, okay. And then I counted up. I said, oh, this is how much it is. He said, all right, well, you got your own platform. Why don't you make that money back this week? Put that back in the gas budget. So I learned about prosperity real quick. I said, okay, if I want to live this luxury lifestyle, these bills do have to be paid. So I need to make sure that my mindset matches this lifestyle that I'm living and that I can keep it up and that I can pay the bills. And we did, and I did. At the same time, I had $1 million budget for TV. I was on 5 days a week on the Word Network. And I had to raise my own money for that budget. And I raised that money. And that wasn't products then. That was donations. And I started that's when I had my first really coaching program, because it was called the ministry. What was it called? The something club. The what? Okay, the Millionaire Mentorship Club. And I would mentor people by tapes and CDs and that kind of thing. And they were just partners with my ministry. And they would partner, and we paid those bills. But I just said all that to say that to get from a 7-bedroom apartment to be able to have those experiences in my life was a mind shift. To not be able to pay your cable, to be able to fly private is a mind shift. So I'm not telling you fluff today. And I hope that you lock in. I'm going to go through it really fast. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to just run right through these. But I hope you lock in today, because I'm sharing with you from my heart. I'm sharing with you from all sincerity of every single thing I did. Nothing's fluff, nothing's made up. This is the true essence of what it takes to be prosperous. My goal and desire is that on this prosperity tour that we are on, from here, LA to Atlanta, Chicago, all the places we go, back here to Orlando in July for the big conference, is that you all take this information seriously. And that 90% of you, I know 10% of the people will walk out and say, I can't do all that. That's just too much. It don't take all that. But 90% of you are here because you're serious and you're ready for change. And I pray that you all take to heart what I say today, that you do something with it, you up-level your life, and that turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, Dr. Stacia, desire for me is that you never see me in the situation I'm in today ever again. It doesn't matter what's in my bank account right now. I'm declaring I'm doubling that then tripling that, then quadrupling that. You will never see me like you see me now, because I'm going to prosper from this information. That's the only reason I'm here, to bring prosperity to me and my kids and my children's children and everybody else who comes in contact with me. I'll never be like this again. So leave me alone, because I got to listen now. All right. All right. So let's talk about routine. So the first thing that I did is I started to journalize. That's how the success journal came about, because it came about from the practices and principles I've been using for years. And then finally we decided, just like we did the notepad, we decided a few years ago to put it into a journal. Now, just what I use, all this stuff my staff makes for me. They make up little lookbooks, workbooks, all kind of stuff. And then after a while, we get aha and say, let's share it with everybody, all right? So that's how the journal came about. But I literally use journaling to increase my money flow and to change my mindset. Just about every big shift that has happened in my life has happened after me writing down my goals. Every year, I write 101 goals. That's why in the beginning of that journal, it says, write your 101 goals and don't slack on it. Really do it. I write those goals down, and then I go and I pull out some of those goals I really want to happen in that year, and I focus on them till they happen, and then I just keep going down that list. But those 101 goals are what really begin to make a huge difference in my life, to even have goals and to think big. And I would write down goals in every area of my life, goals for travel, goals of things you want to be honored for, goals for things that you want for your family, goals for your career, goals for your health, goals for your kids. I would write down those goals, and those goals begin to come to pass. When you start seeing your goals come to pass, then it's like, oh my God, I can really write something down and it manifests. Also, I begin to use my journal to release money blocks. I have money blocks just like many of you got in here today. Many of you have blocks concerning money. Only so much can come to you because there's some blockage. It comes from our upbringing, it comes from our family, it comes from our relatives, things we hear taught and talked about in our households. But we have things like money don't grow on trees. Money don't grow on trees. Don't you know it's hard to make money? It's hard to make money. When you hear that, then you start going through life thinking it's hard to make money. So what you do is you create situations that are hard for you to make money. You do it. Your own blockage creates them. I can't afford that. Some of us say we can't afford things a year out. We don't even give God space to give us the money. We see something in the price tag. Some of us shut down on price tags. We just see it and the price tag says something. I can't afford that. Your mind doesn't just say, hey, not now, but later. But instead you just say, can't afford that. Blocks. Or it don't take all that. It don't take all that. How many times have you spoke about somebody else's prosperity and was negative about their money? Don't you know what you sow, you reap? That even while you're not even talking about their money, you're not talking about your money, you're talking about somebody else's money, and don't you know there's circumstances showing back up in your life? What you say it doesn't take, you can't have. Oh, it don't take all that. You put a block. So what happens when you say, oh, I would never pay $500 for a pair of shoes, you put a block. Now, you may not want to pay $500 for a pair of shoes, but I can't even bless you with it. Because you got a block up. You can't receive it. You say it don't take all that. I would never pay $500 for a pair of shoes. So now when somebody want to give you a $500 pair of shoes, they're going to miss you and go give it to your friend. You're going to be mad about it. Because you can't even see it. What you can't see, you can't have. So I got rid of my money blocks in my journal. I started thinking, what did I say? What did my grandma say to me? And they said there are certain things. They live in a different season in time. Some of them were speaking out of certain hardships and certain things and in the times they were living in. And we take that on for right now. So you got to get rid of certain money blocks. All right? And then some of you have certain people. I had to get rid of people I wrote in my journal about friends I wanted to keep. And I started keeping accountability of my friends and who I was hanging with. Because some of you are hanging around with people that are holding you down. When you are fearful to talk about your dreams and your goals and all that with people that you're hanging out with, then you need to start thinking about getting away from them. And my goodness, for all you singles out there who are not married yet, this is a good lesson for you in prosperity. Before you get married to somebody, you need to do some money checks. You need to ask the person that you're dating, you need to find out, what do they think about money? Are they critical about money? Especially if you're a giver. I tithe. I give 10% of every single thing I make. I give 10%. I give it to my church. I believe in tithing, giving 10%. That's another key to prosperity. You can't hoard it all and keep it all for yourself. You want to be blessed to be a blessing. Some of it should go to help somebody else do something. And so if you have a partner, you say, oh, yeah, I'm a tither, I give 10%. They be like, that's too much. We're going to give 1%. Then you ought to walk away because that's a conviction of yours. Why, if you're single, why get married to somebody who is not going to share this same conviction? You're going to be fighting 10 years down the line over this. So I'm helping some of you single people. Some of you single people who got businesses. You got, especially if you ladies out there, you got your own business, and your guy, he don't want to help support it. He don't want to show up for it. He act like it's not a big deal. Cash him in. Get another one. You can manifest another man. That'll be in lesson 2. How to manifest a man. All right? But cash him in. He don't believe in your vision. Or vice versa. Some of you guys are dating girls and they don't believe in your vision. Let go. Keep moving. So you want to have some goals. Harvard MBA research in 1979 did an interview with graduates. And it says 83% of them, they did this program, 83% had no specific goals at all. 13% had goals, but they were not committed on paper. 3% had clear written goals that they planned to accomplish. In 1989, the interviewers again interviewed the graduates of the class. You can guess the results. The 13% of the class who had goals were earning on average twice as much as the 84% who had no goals at all. Even more staggering, the 3% who had clear written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 98% put together. So just because they wrote them down, they made more money. What's written is real. Don't let your good and God ideas escape you. Great ideas can transform your entire life. You want to write down your ideas in your journal. You want to write down your goals in your journal. You might want to keep your journal with you at all times for a season in your life, everywhere you go. When you are on a serious, when I'm telling you, when you are ready to shift your life, you have got to do some radical things. You can't be passive about wanting to shift your life. When you're ready to make a mind shift and you're ready to say, shift my life, and I'm ready to change everything and transform everything, when you're ready for that, you have got to get aggressive. You have got to be on your hustle. And you got to say, you know what? I'm going to just do every single thing I have to do for at least a season until this becomes a part of my mindset. In your journal, you want to record what you're grateful for, because whatever you're grateful for brings more things to be grateful for into your life. One of my clients told me she couldn't sell anything for months. So we went through a little, I'm going to do this quick, and I'm going to go through the whole story, but she said she couldn't sell anything for months. I had her make a 25 grateful list in her success journal every single night. I said, pull out your success journal every single night, write 25 things that you're grateful for. So she said after about a few weeks of this, she had an idea to do an email funnel. All right, so maybe some of you may not know what I'm talking about, an email funnel, but that's something we learned in Success Mastery about funnels. But she learned how to do an email funnel. So we had taught this class maybe like 7 or 8 weeks before this even happened, but now she had this idea for exactly how to put together her email funnel. It became after she was beginning to be more grateful. Now get this. She said she got up one morning and she said this idea hit her. And she put together her email funnel based on what? Gratitude. So she put together first email to her clients. She put together a 6-series email to mail out to all of her clients for her product. Her product, it started out with, I'm so grateful for you as a client because. Then the next one, because I'm grateful for you, I'm offering you this discount. I'm so grateful that you even follow me and I want to do this for you. So her whole thing was about gratitude. She said that it took her about 3 weeks. She sent out her emails, but over 3 weeks' time, going from no clients, making no money, she made exactly $13,500 in 3 weeks. Prosperity. But it started from where? The inside. A mindset change. She had got into a place where she was complaining. And when you start becoming a complainer, you start talking about everybody. And all you recognize is negativity. And from that place, she could not prosper. But when she started writing 25 things she was grateful for every night, it shifted her whole mentality and got her thinking in a different arena. And then the very thing that she had to do, she wrote her emails on and caused her to prosper with $13,000. So goals direct your behavior. And what you write directs your behavior. Being grateful directs your behavior. Journaling is one of your tickets to prosperity. In 2007, there's a report by Quint Careers that said journaling possesses nearly unlimited power. They did a study and said, we found out that journaling leads to creative problem solving, broader perspectives, brainstorming ability, clarity, new ideas, skills, innovation, self-confidence, awareness of unknown wants, bigger outlook, positivity, release of fear and anxiety, self-growth, better communication, and higher intuition. All that from writing in your journal. So you want to make sure you record some things in your journal. Next thing you want to capture in your journal are quotes and affirmations. You want to capture life experiences that frame them into words for yourself. In the success journal, I have a spot. It's a directed journal. Most people never have success with their journal because they just buy blank books and they don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to journalize. And I got that. I understood that. I was like, my people just don't know how to journalize. I need to put in the prompts. So all they have to do is fill in the blank and have success. If you just fill in the blanks, you're going to have success. Period. So there's a place for quotes and affirmations. When you should capture these things in life. When I hear a problem solved in my life, I usually try to sum up what I heard into my own quote, or if the person made a quote, I take the quote and I live by it. Okay? So if I'm in a sermon, I hear someone talking in a message, in a sermon, and I hear a quote that hits me, it hits my heart. I write it down and I put that in my journal because that's a life lesson. That's revelation for you to get you out of a situation. But most of the time when we hear revelation, we don't recapture it, so it doesn't change our situation because we do nothing with the revelation. So you want to put it in a journal. When I'm in a training or a workshop, if I hear something, like you hear things today, don't just let words just drip and just you hear them and you don't do anything with them. Capture those words and put them in your journal. What words spoke to you? Don't worry about what your neighbor got on her paper, because what's happening on the inside of her is not what's happening on the inside of you. She don't even know about your real situation. She only know your fake life. She don't know really what's going on with you. So what means something to you don't mean the same thing to her. So you take this and she might be like, what is that? That's weird. Why does that mean something to you? Girl, you have no idea. This right here just set me free. Because he don't know what you're really going through. So you capture your revelation, you put into words. So the success journal has those spots and you put it in there. Then I found out this too. Like this, for instance, this is one of the quotes that I said. Sometimes you'll be speaking and things will come out of you that you weren't even planning to say. And then you are like, wow, it's like profound to you. You know, if somebody call you for advice and you don't even know really how you're going to help them. Then in the middle of helping them, sometimes your help come. And then you give them an answer that really wasn't on the inside of you, but something took over on the inside of you. And you give them an answer and they're like, oh my God, that hit me, and it hit you too. You as shocked as they are. They're like, whoa, you like, whoa. All right, so you capture those moments too, because that's revelation as well. So I was on the phone the other day and I was talking to somebody, and I was doing an interview, and the interview was getting really intense, and it was a really good interview. And then the guy asked me a question, and I said on the interview, I said, well, whenever you are going through something, remember what you don't feel like doing the most is the very thing that you must do to get your breakthrough. And the interviewer said, woo, can you say that again? And Audrey said, I didn't know what I said. So Audrey had to feed back to me the words. He said, can you say that again? I'm live. I was like, Audrey said, I wrote it down. Whenever you're going through. I said, whenever you're going through something. She said, say something, remember that the thing you're going through is what you don't feel like doing. I said, the thing you're going through, you don't feel like doing. But it's the very thing you need for your breakthrough. He said, woo, you said it better the second time. I said, oh, girl, you saved me. Because it just came out of me. It wasn't a quote I had been saying for years. It was just something that rose up in me, and I couldn't even hardly say it again because I didn't remember what I said. But thank God she sits with me in every interview. And she records every single thing because she knows I like to record stuff. She records everything I'm saying, so we had it. But you want to capture those things. Remember, God is not required to repeat himself. So when something comes to you that's major, capture it, because it may not come back again. Another thing I said in training one time that became revelation for our clients is launch before you're ready. We were in a training and I said, launch before you're ready. Quit waiting to be ready. Quit waiting for all the times to be right. Quit waiting for all the conditions to be right. Quit waiting for all the money to be right. Quit waiting for all the people to be right. It's never going to be right. Nothing's going to always add up. The money is not going to ever always be there. But if you got an idea and you got a product, let's doggone it, launch it tomorrow, launch before you're ready. And I captured that, and it became a quote that I say all the time because that was what? Revelation. You have that on the inside of you. Capture your quotes. Then I said this one time, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing until your left hand is what? All the way done. That came from life experiences. From me letting people know things too soon. I was so excited. And I found out through life that people aren't as excited as you are about you. So I was letting people know things that were happening. And I found out I had people very close to me that was going ahead of me where I would say, oh, we're about to do this. And they were going and trying to sabotage the deal. One person even called one of my deals I was dealing with one time and said, don't use them, use us. And the person when the deal had to call me and say, your friend called me and told me, don't use your product, use theirs. We're going to still use your product, but only if you cancel your friend. Then I came up with that quote, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing till your left hand is all the way done. All right? Prosperity bucket list. Make you a prosperity bucket list. All right? You got to have some affirmations. Use affirmations to confirm your lifestyle and your income. To confirm your lifestyle and your income. Use affirmations to confirm your lifestyle and your income. You have one in your sleeve right now in the pink thing. Take it out right here. It's pink. This right here, this affirmation right here, transform my life. You don't have to say a whole lot to change the atmosphere and your conditions. The thing with affirmations is you got to keep saying them because they're for you to recondition your mind. You got to say it till you believe it. So say this with me. Everybody pull it out. You got it? All right, it's the pink one. At the count, I'm going to say 3, and then we're going to all read it together. All right? 1, 2, 3. I am an entrepreneur, multi-millionaire, owner of a prosperous and profitable business, loving and living a luxurious life now and always. You don't have to say a lot, but it says a lot. This is what I said when I was trying to go from, you have to go from level to level in your mind shift. Don't think you have one mind shift and it's over. Every level of increase you have in your life, you have to shift your mind again. So don't feel bad when you're like, oh my God, my mind is not ready for this. Every single time I had to go to another level, I had to shift my mind. I was sharing with my Success Mastery team on yesterday how just last week I was really stuck. I had to go through the same process that I teach them. That I was stuck at a place, stuck at an income level, stuck at a certain point, and I was ready to go to the next level, and I thought I was ready for some things that were on my list, but they weren't happening. And I'm like, I understand this principle. I understand affirmation and confession and manifestation. Why aren't I manifesting this? And then I got quiet and got still, and I realized when I heard on the inside that I was not manifesting because I was not ready for it inside. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready. I was making excuses for why it wouldn't happen. And that's because I really was afraid of it. I was not ready. And then as soon as I was like, you know what, I'm not afraid of this level. I can handle this. Because with every level comes new accountability, new conditions, new work. New work. Let me say, new work. And that's what it was. I was like, wow, when I get to this, I got to have an accountant for here. I got to have this. I got to have that. And just the thought of all these extra people I had to have in place and possibly have to pay made me say, I'm going to stay where I'm at. This level is real good. I'm comfortable. But it was shutting down the whole level of goals. Then finally, I was like, I just did some investigative work. It doesn't take that much. Oh, this person can do this. Oh, I can hire somebody. I can get this. I can get this help. As soon as I opened up and I was ready for it, bam, it happened. So mind shift keeps going in your life, okay? So you got to keep saying affirmations because your affirmation that you need today is not the one you may need next year. So say your affirmations twice a day. Affirmations help you to get in a state of mind what I call momentum magic. That's where things happen. You get momentum. You get this momentum going. When you start saying affirmations, you get a momentum in your life that cannot be stopped. They're a powerful force. Affirmations drive you. They reprogram your subconscious mind. When you repeat them over and over and over and over again, you begin to change who you are to match the affirmation. One time I repeated one word before sleep. I just had this unction to repeat the word wealth every night before I went to sleep. In my meditation time, I would just say wealth, 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 and fall asleep. Wealth, 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 fall asleep. Wealth, 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 fall asleep. About 7 months later, I was just saying wealth, wealth, wealth. Something happened to someone. They were leaving their estate. They were trying to figure out who they wanted to leave everything to, what they wanted to do with it, and they were trying to work this all out. And then, as the days were going on and things were coming to the end, they decided, I'm leaving this for Stacia. And when they called to tell me, they said, I'm going to leave you a wealth, a property, and money, etc., and I hope you do right by it. That whole time I was repeating the word wealth, that was an unction that came to me because I had to prepare my mindset to be able to inherit wealth. And I believe they wouldn't even chose me if I wasn't ready for it when it happened. But it happened because I was repeating that, and I heard it, and I kept saying wealth, 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 wealth before I went to sleep. So when you hear things, don't just shut it down and think, oh, that's nonsense, oh, whatever. You better rise up and stop hitting that snooze button and get up and say something. All right? So you want to make sure that you affirm something. I also said this. I didn't give this to you, but I also said this. This is an affirmation I said that changed my life and filled our bank accounts. This is another time in my life. I said, I'm surrounded by God's divine substance, and money now manifests for me in a divine way, filling my bank account and pockets with money in abundance till it overflows. I said that, and money began to come to me. All right? So affirmation calls you to have more positive feelings of joy, happiness, appreciation, and gratitudes. When you constantly affirm what you want and repeat it, you have an acceptance in your mind that you can receive it. Affirmations also magnetize opportunity, people, circumstances, and resources to come your way. When you begin to say what you want and you say it first in the I am statement, you got to say it the right way. Your subconscious mind will begin to set you up to be able to walk out that affirmation. So you want to create positive affirmations. You want to make sure that you create them in areas of finances, relationship, fitness, home, business. I'm going to tell you how to do an affirmation real quick. Hopefully you capture this. You want to first say I am. You want it to be in present tense. You want it to be positive. You want it to be short and precise. You want to be very specific. The more specific you are, the clearer it will be. One time I said, I'm driving a black Escalade. Well, actually, it was a Suburban that I had said at the time. I am driving, it was years ago, I'm driving a black Suburban. I'm driving a black Suburban. I'm driving a black Suburban. I'm going to tell you about that story in a minute. But now I kept saying it. And as I kept saying it, then eventually it happened. Okay? You want to make sure that you have one thing in your affirmation sentence that ends in ing. ing, okay? An action word. I am acting in a movie. I am acting in a movie. You see the ing there? All right? Say your affirmations out loud with enthusiasm. You can't just say them like you don't believe it's going to happen. I am being paid $1,000 for my speaking. You say it like you believe it. Be consistent when you read it. All right? Daily. Make sure you do it every day. Have emotion and feelings in your affirmation. The more feeling you have, the closer it's coming. I'm telling you, the more feeling you have, the closer this thing is coming. That's why you got to be excited like something happened before it happened. You got to act as if. When you can get excited as if it already happened before it happened, it's about to happen. I know in my knower now when something's about to happen because my emotions just goes up and I get really excited. But I'm telling you, you can turn on some breakthroughs. Some of you are waiting for a breakthrough and some of you need to start creating a breakthrough. Your excitement can create the breakthrough, so have some enthusiasm. All right? So one time I said, I am so happy and grateful. I am now earning $1,000 for 1 hour speaking, and that came to pass. And then I said, I am happy and grateful. I'm on a prominent talk show sharing my expertise. I said that for one whole year. At the end of the year, Steve Harvey called for me to come on a prominent talk show, and I came on as a life coach to share my expertise. So I didn't block myself in. I didn't call out Steve Harvey. I didn't just say Oprah. I said, I'm going to be on anybody, a prominent TV show, share my expertise, and Steve Harvey called. I said it, I believed it, and it happened. Okay? This can happen in 5 or 10 minutes a day. Visualization. You want to visualize. I'm going to give you some secrets to having vision boards. One thing for your vision board is, one way your vision boards can become more active and come to pass, you ready to make a storyboard, is look at your storyboard every single day and then start turning the pictures and words on your storyboard into scenes. Don't just walk past it, but walk past it, and then if you see, there's a picture of you in Japan, then look at it and be like, see myself in Japan. Be like, oh, okay, let's go to Japan now. You got to see it. You got to meditate on it and visualize it like it's really happening. You got to create some story movies with your storyboard. One year I taped a $100,000 bill on my vision board, on my vision page. Actually, I put it on my journal page just before I had the success journal, my homemade journal. I put a $100,000 bill on my journal. I put a $100,000 bill on my nightstand, a $100,000 bill above my bed post, and I just made it. I took a $1 bill and wrote on it the 000, comma 000. So I took a real $1 bill and made it into a $100,000 bill. And I posted up everywhere. So everywhere I was looking, all I was seeing was $100,000. Everywhere. Then I was like, I'm having a $100,000 day. I started saying it. Then I was like, money comes to me by increments of $100,000. Then at the end of that year, it came to me to have a workshop called Get Relevant, Get Rich. And I had that workshop. How many of you were in that workshop? I want you to turn around so that you can see. Some people have been with me a long time, so that you know these stories are real. I'm not making them up, okay? So I had that workshop, Get Relevant, Get Rich. We did the workshop. At the end of the workshop, I did an offer. This is when I first started my coaching program, and I did an offer, and the offer was for a couple $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever. Anyway, 15 minutes. 15 minutes, Audrey came, she was like, ah! And I'm like, what happened? And then so I went over there, she was like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? She said, I just did the last deposit, because this is where you swipe the account and go right into your account. She was like, you just did $101,000. I was like, are you kidding me? She's like, no, you can keep going, but you did it. You did it. That $100,000 bill we made and put all over the place, you did it. You did it. She was like shocked. But that's the power of visualization and affirmation, all right? The next one, number 2, connect. There are divinely arranged relationships that you need to enter into that will significantly increase your income. Divinely arranged relationships that you must enter into. You must. Some of you, there's going to be a second chance door. Because some of you walked away from the first time, and now the door's going to open again. Walk through it. Don't miss the second chance door. Okay? Because there are divinely arranged relationships that are set up before the foundation of the earth that you're supposed to walk through that gets you to prosperity. Right associations cause a wave of manifestation toward prosperity in your life. A wave of manifestation. The right people can change your mindset. Those people that are in my coaching program, those are divinely arranged relationships. No happenstance that they coached me and got into Success Mastery. That was divinely arranged. Just when the opportunity came up for them to be able to coach with me, they didn't miss it. They jumped on it and took advantage of it. And they know that it had to be God because it's showing up in their life. They're not who they were before then. Everything has changed. Things shift. Divinely arranged relationship. There's places you're supposed to be. I was sharing with my husband this morning. I'm not going to share all their business. I'm not going to say it. But I was sharing with my husband this morning about how God is so important. You show up where you're supposed to be. And you connect to who you're supposed to connect with. And that when you're supposed to be connected with people, you show up for them. Just show up for people. So sometimes you need to show up for people. And when you don't feel like it, when the resistance is there, that's when you need to show up the most. Because it's probably an answer for you. That's the enemy trying to keep your answer. Okay? All right? So you want people, you got to connect with people. Can't act funny with people because people are your connection to prosperity. People are clients that pay you. People are owners of companies that give you checks. People have contracts that they can contract and give you money. If you say, oh, I don't need people, I buy stock. On the other end of that stock, somebody got to buy stock for that stock to stay up. They got to buy the products, people. So you have got to start being a lover of people. You cannot act funny with people. People are what prospers you. All right? You can't reap where you don't sow. You got to learn to celebrate people. You have to celebrate clients. Celebrate your own clients. Celebrate successful others. When you see others achieving and have success, celebrate it. Celebrate it. Go past those feelings. And quit worrying about what other people think if you celebrate somebody. I don't want to celebrate them because I don't want my friends thinking that I'm loving on them too much. Who cares? Your friends don't even support you. The friends who you trying to keep the face for aren't even the ones that come and support you. So celebrate people, mentors, coaches, bosses. You see somebody winning online and you're associated with them, celebrate them. That's your entryway into so many things. Celebrate them. I taught that to Ariana young. That's why she is where she is. Because my child is a celebrator. She celebrates her friends, gives to them. She celebrates other young people. She's a celebrator. And she be hated on a lot. And I'm going to tell her, girl, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Keep celebrating people no matter. Because sometimes when you do all the celebrating and people won't celebrate you back, it make you want to shut down. But I was like, don't do that. That's the enemy. Don't do that. You're going to stop your flow of prosperity. Keep celebrating people. You got to celebrate. You got to reach out and celebrate. And some of you got to get over that online. Quit. You ain't shy. I just don't say nothing because I ain't shy. No, you're not. Because if I got you on the phone by yourself, you would talk up a storm. So you're not shy. Well, I don't have the time. Make the time. I'm not a people person. You got to become one if you want to prosper. So get over all the excuses and begin to celebrate people. This week, find some people to celebrate. Say something about them. Say that they did something for you. Celebrate people that helped you along the way. All right? You're going to make a lot more money when you start thinking, what can I do for you versus what should they do for me? Come into relationships, what can I do for you? Especially with your clients. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? All right? Associate higher. To associate higher is not always comfortable, but it's always profitable. To associate higher is very uncomfortable. To sit at certain tables is very uncomfortable. As I was prospering and going up the ladder, we had to sit at negotiation tables. The hardest life to break into was the Hollywood life. And I sent Ariana to Hollywood out there young, by herself, 18, 19 years old, on the red carpet, getting pictures, meeting people, doing stuff. I sent her out there young, and she had to keep her moral standards intact and still going, doing things. Got to attend parties, had to go to places and do stuff. But I sent her into that arena, in that world, and she began to master it. But I told her when she went in there, I said, look, this whole thing is about connections. And you're going to sit at some high tables. And when you sit there, be humble and celebrate everybody. Don't go there being a know-it-all. Be a learn-it-all. I said, if you go there and you celebrate everybody, you ask a lot of questions, you come acting like you want to learn, you're going to become everybody's favorite. And that's what she is. And everybody gave her an entryway. Everybody opened doors for her. Because she didn't go in there like, yeah, I'm boss. She went in like, I don't know what, I don't know what's going on. But hey, you're so awesome. You're doing an awesome job. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. And now those people celebrate her. And they support her. All right? So you want to celebrate people. Be a connector for others. Connect people to other people. Be a connector. Okay? So where can you connect people? Where can you make some connections with people? Support other people's dreams, goals, businesses, collaborations, webinars, books, parties. Especially people who you're trying to get their attention or ahead of you. Some of you want mentors in your life or different coaches and people in your life. Support people's dreams and goals, what they're doing. Get on the bandwagon. Some of you, I've seen the ladies over here, some of you, 6 people came. 7. I know that's right, Jocelyn. As a result of one person. She introduced you to something to better you. She could have did this by herself. She didn't even have to let you know she was going. She could have snuck off, came and got the information and told you nothing about it. But she brought you. So you need to celebrate her for that. And be there for her for that. And back her for that. You do. There's somebody showing you a way. People don't like people. I'm telling you, people hide me from people. Every day I get an email and people say, I don't want people to know about you. I don't want them to know about you. You're my secret. I don't want them to know. I'm not telling my friends about you. Why? Because I don't want them to even know. I don't even want them to prosper like me. I'm like, don't do that. Share it. But I'm just saying that for somebody to share that, you need to celebrate that. All right? So support it. So when she goes to do something, when she says, I got a book, y'all should be the first in line to buy it. When she says, I'm doing a seminar, you should be, I'm there. And she shouldn't even have to ask you if you're buying a ticket. You should be like, I already got my ticket and I got 6 people coming with me. That's how you become a celebrator. That's how you prosper. Every time you have your money is supposed to go up to a new level, God will assign new people to direct you in that next level. Get around some get it people. People who get you. Get rid of some people. Detox some people. Get a purpose partner. Somebody who you can talk purposeful ideas with. All right? Then number 3, eat for energy. That's on the tag. Eat for energy. Eliminate foods that cause you problems and sluggish where you can't produce. Some of you can't get your products and books and things out only because of certain things that you eat at certain times of the day. So when you have to work on projects, eat for energy. Drink lots of water. Make sure you have some daily water intake. There's a book, let me see. I'll come back to it later. There's a book I want to give you. I'll give it to you in a minute. But make sure that you drink lots of water. Number 4, do your creative work. If you want to prosper, you have to take some time to do creative work. Block out time on your calendar. Everybody should go and buy a calendar, a whole year calendar that has good square spaces. This is a link to prosperity. Block out time on your calendar for creative work. Time for you to do your blog. Time for you to think of sales. Time for you to think how to expand. Some of you got stores. How do I expand my store and my shop? Time to think about creatively, how can I add more products in? How can I make more per day? Take time for creative work. Put it physically on the calendar. Because if you don't put it down as an event like you would a vacation, then you won't have time. You'll say, I don't have time. Put on the calendar, block out the days, and tell people don't interrupt you for creative work. That's how you prosper. Right? It could be drafting an email for some of you to have online businesses, finishing a product, finishing your book. Take time for creative work. Then number 5, meditation and visualization. You got to meditate. You want to take time to have time to meditate. If you can worry about problems, you can meditate. Because meditation is just thinking. Start thinking in the right direction instead of the wrong direction. I take time every single morning before I rise to meditate. This has been a life-changing thing for me. Life-changing. You know what? When I met with one of my mentors one time, Peter Daniels. And he's an older Australian guy. And I met Peter Daniels years ago with my father. My father used to take me to seminars. And Peter Daniels became a mentor in my life. I just decided this is who I want to be my mentor. That's my first mentor coach in my life. And then finally, I got enough money to bring Peter Daniel in, and I was bringing him in just for my women's group at the time. But he cost so much money that my husband's like, we can have him for your women's group, for the church, for everything. We don't have for everybody. Anybody that can come for how much it costs to bring him in. So, because he had to bring him, fly him from Australia, and then, of course, pay him and everything. So anyway, but he came in. And Peter Daniels is a billionaire, not just a millionaire. He's an Australian billionaire. He owns more property in Australia than anybody. You can look him up, Google him. He's very old now. But anyway, he came in. I had some private time. We're sitting in the back room with Peter Daniels. I'm sitting down with him. And I said, Peter, tell me the one thing I need to do for the rest of my life that's going to cause me to be rich for the rest of my life, to always be prosperous and never lose what I gain. Tell me what that one thing I should do. As a person that went from poor, you were on the streets, didn't have any money, you went from poor to a billionaire. What's one thing that I should do that you do? He said, Stacia, I'm going to tell you, and I'm also going to let your people know, but they have to pay a price. And I said, okay. And he said, there's a price that you have to pay for this seminar where I tell you the very one thing you need to prosper. $1,000 to even be able to join me. The $1,000 didn't go to me now. It went to Peter Daniels, just so you understand, okay? So anyway, he's at my meeting. I already had to pay him, but they had to pay another $1,000 just to come into the meeting with me to hear what he was about to say. We got into the back room. They may have forgot, but I never forgot. We got in the room, and he said, all the stuff he gave us, everything. He said, when he got done, he said, the key to making 1,000, hundreds of thousands, 1 million, or 1 billion is meditation. He said, meditate in thy law day and night, and you shall, for the rest of your life, no matter what, can't be taken from you, nobody can do anything with it, have good success. We was waiting for something else. All right, what else come with that $1,000? Give us a form, let's give us something else. He said, all right, gotta catch a plane, goodbye. Am I not telling the truth? That's what happened. And I went home and I said, I need to take this to another, I need to let this sink in. From that day forward, what do you think I started doing? Meditating when? Day and night. And what do you think happened to me? I started having what? Good success. And what do you think? I kept going up year after year after year after year, and it never got taken from me. A key to success is meditation. Richest people in the world meditate. I meditated. I got in Oprah's contest. I meditated every day that I was going to be a winner in that contest. I came in third place in Oprah's own show, 7.5 million votes. Got flown out to LA for Oprah, talked to her whole entire TV media people, and that changed my entire life. From that day forward, and LaShawn, my cousin, used to be a flight attendant, international flight attendant for that goes all over the country. And every single time I would get on a flight with a flight attendant, even to this day, I would get on any airline. I would get on the airline, and when I get on, the flight attendants would say to me, we would walk on, "You're Dr. Stacia Pierce from the Oprah OWN show." It changed. Being on that, I said, do all flight attendants just watch Oprah? They all know about this show? But I'm telling you that contest and me meditating on winning that contest, I came in third place. I came in third, and it just being third place and being flown out to California to be with her staff and her leaders changed my life forever. Gave me a new level of credentials, but that happened because I meditated what? Day and night. There was something like 15,000 people that were in that contest. And that 15,000 people to place third is major. Meditate. Okay, we got to hurry up here. So we got to sit up for a second. I'm going to give you a meditation exercise because some of you say, I can't meditate, I fall asleep. I try it. Every time I do it, I go back to sleep and things just come to my mind and that kind of thing, okay? So I'm going to go through it with you so you know what to do when you get home. Now, I do this in the bed. Some people say they can't meditate in the bed because they go back to sleep. I've trained my body to not fall asleep. I have to be really, really, really tired to fall back to sleep. Most of the time I don't. 90% of the time I don't. It have to be I've been up all night or something, or just travel, that I may fall asleep. But I don't. So you can meditate in the bed. So if you can't, then get up and sit up, okay? But sit up real straight. Close your eyes. Breathe in 3 times. Breathe in 1. Breathe in from your stomach. Breathe in all the way from your stomach. Breathe in 1 and blow out through your mouth. Breathe in again 2. Blow out through your mouth. Breathe in 3. Blow out through your mouth. Say this real soft and say, be still and know that I am God. Say it again, be still and know that I am God. Say it again, be still and know that I am God. One more time, be still and know that I am God. Okay, now the next thing I want you to do is, I'm going to be quiet for a second. I want you to imagine something that has already happened in your life that you're grateful for. Something that you're grateful for. Something that happened, an incident, something that was really awesome time for you, something that happened just recently, something that happened for you that you're really grateful for. Imagine it. Just see that incident in your mind. Close your eyes and see it for a few minutes. All right. Okay. Now, I want you to imagine, this is the part 2, when I want you to imagine something great for somebody else. If you have a child and you want them to succeed, you want them, a child that has a big goal they want to accomplish, a friend who wants something, imagine something, get outside yourself and imagine something being good for somebody else. Not yourself, somebody else. Something that you want to happen for somebody else really good. They're believing for something, you just want it to happen for them. All right? Okay? Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you now to imagine the biggest goal that you have that you want manifested. Biggest goal. Maybe it's your book. You want your book to be done. Don't just imagine, if you want your book to be done, don't just imagine your book done, but imagine a crowd of people standing in a line to buy your book. Okay? So imagine the end result. If you have a book. If you have something you sell, imagine people lining up to buy the product that you are selling. You have something in the store, imagine the store being full of people and crowded. Maybe you're in real estate, you sell houses. Imagine selling a big house and somebody handing you a commission check with a certain amount on it. Imagine that happening. If you want to do the biggest goal you have is to travel, imagine yourself, if you're at the Eiffel Tower, you're looking up at it and you're like, oh my God, I'm here, I'm at the Eiffel Tower. I finally made it to Paris. Okay? The Taj Mahal. Just help me so you understand. Imagine yourself right there. All right? Open your eyes. Okay? Now, most of you, could you do it? Could you do all three of it? Okay. How long did that take? 5 minutes? Exactly. This is all you have to do. I think people take meditation so deep and so far that you don't do it, and then you don't manifest anything, and you think, I just can't do it, it's too long. I got to do 30 minutes because y'all looking at these people in the books with yoga poses and all that. All that kind. I don't have time for all that. All right? So you don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be that deep. Meditating that law a day, you do that when you wake up and when you go to bed. And that's what I meditate on. I meditate first on something I'm grateful for because it takes my mind to gratitude and it lets me know that I can achieve because I already have. Something already has happened. So that puts you in a believing state. That I'm grateful for this. It already happened. I'm already had something that manifested. Something already did happen. So that puts you in a whole different state. You're in a place of, yes, it can happen. Then number 2, I get outside of myself, so I'm not always thinking about myself. So I meditate on my kids. I meditate what I want to happen for Ryan, Ariana, and my husband. So I put their goals in my mind's eye. So I see Ryan always, every morning I meditate on him making a blockbuster movie. I meditate on Ariana having a big check from her, commission check from her stores being sent to her. Then I meditate on my husband. He's working on a book now. I meditate on his book being done and going around the world. Then after that, then I go to me and I meditate on my biggest goal. And what I do is every single day, day and night. And then the goal that I meditate on, once it comes to pass, and I just change the goal. So I meditate on different things and it comes to pass. All right? So that's how simple it is. So give yourself a hand because you can meditate. Number 6, you want to move around. You got to get up and move around. It's hard for you to prosper if you don't get in fresh air and move around and take walks. Get up and be mobile. You want to be in motion. Motion creates good emotion. All right? So stay in motion. When you feel good, you produce good. So you want to get up and get out as much as you can. You need to get as much sunshine as you can. I'm so happy I live in Florida. Woo! Florida. Woo! Sunshine State. I'm telling you, waking up, I'm telling you, I used to live in Michigan. And my whole continent, I think I make so much more money because I live in Florida. I do. I mean, I had on my bucket list years ago, I will wake up, the sunrise will wake me up every day. Now in my bedroom, I have a bedroom and then I have a whole office space that's connected to my bedroom, and this side of my room is all glass windows. And we keep it's all open, there's no shade on anything, and it's over the lake and over a golf course and everything. And every single morning at 6 o'clock, that sunrise, and it wakes me up to the sunshine every morning. I put it on my bucket list and it happened. And so, move around. Laugh and enjoy life. Okay, that's the next one. You got to laugh. You got to learn to laugh, all right? Then the next ones we're going to go through real quick. Then some rituals you got to do. You got to make your bed. Don't get out the bed. Order precedes increase. When you get up in the morning, you got to make your bed, all right? So just every morning, make it a part of, this is your money routine. A part of your money, not morning, money. Part of your money routine is to make your bed so that you leave your place in order. Do you know you spend more time in your bedroom than anywhere else? So that you make your bed, when you come back, you can come back into a clean, clear room where you think and create. So make your bread. Drink water. I want you to get this book called Your Body's Cry for Water. And it's by, I'm going to spell it to you because I know I'm going to spell it. Batmangelish. Okay? Batman Gellish. Get that book, Your Body Cry for Water, and just read it. All right? I drank a cup of hot water and lemon in the morning, and at night it has so many things that it does for you. It boosts your immune system, helps you with weight loss, it helps you hydrate the body, aids in digestion, just so many things. So you want to just drink more water, all right? And it helps your brain to function. When your brain is cloudy, you cannot produce. Sometimes you think you're unclear. Sometimes you think, I'm not clear, I don't know what to do. And a lot of times you're only not clear because you're dehydrated. It's not that you don't know what to do, it's just you're dehydrated and you can't think clear thoughts, all right? Practice self-care. Look into essential oils. Think about getting some things like frankincense and myrrh. Rosemary grows your hair. Frankincense can clear up your face. It's like a natural skin care. Lavender oil can put you to sleep like a baby. Get pure, organic grade essential oils. Do some things for self-care all the time. Take care of yourself. Go and get your nails done by Ari's nail tech over here. Raise your hand again. Go to her and get your nails done. What's your shop again? Say it again. What's the name of it? Lavish Nail Bar and Beauty Lounge. Write that down. All right? So do that. Go get your nails done. Put that in your budget. Make that a regular. It's just something you do. Guys, get your hair cut on the regular. Just make it a part of your life. All right? So you want to do those kind of things. When you take care of yourself, you feel like you can produce more. And you never know who you're going to run into. So you want to be on your best so that when you run into people that you can close deals and you can not afraid to talk to people. All right? So you want to make sure you do that. Inspired listening. This is real important. We listen to in our household an hour of inspired listening every single day, and I've done it for over 25 years. An hour worth of inspiration. You got to have books and tapes and programs that you take. You cannot go through life and never take a workshop, never get involved in anything. You just have to do it. Those of you that want to prosper in your business, what's probably between you and your next level is you're going to have to take some kind of workshop. You're going to have to get some kind of coaching. I'm just telling you, it's just, you're only going to go so far until you get some help. It's just the truth. I'm just telling you the keys to prosperity. You got to go through training. You got to listen to somebody's podcast. You got to listen to workshops. You got to go somewhere. You got to pay for something. You have to be educated. You got to have inspiration all the time. And don't think you just need one shot a year. This is not enough. Today is not enough. I hope every single one of you come and be with me in July to the big conference. This is the tour. This is not the conference. You want to be at the conference. 3 days locked in, not 1 day. You need 3 days. 3 days where it can soak in, where your whole mentality can change, where you come out a different person, where you don't even recognize yourself when you leave after 3 days. But you need that. You have to go to workshops. You have to invest money. You have to pay to advance yourself. You have to invest in advancement. You got to have take-home material. I've never in my life went to anybody's workshop and did not go and buy stuff from their book and take table. I usually buy everything. If you came to my house, you would probably be shocked. I have a library that is amazing, full from bottom to top with books and CDs and programs. I've spent in a year's time over $100,000 on just educational programs. You can't be afraid, and those of you that want to have offers online, you can't want somebody to buy your product and then you have never bought anybody else's product. You can't be like, okay, I want everybody to buy, I'm putting my new book out, I want everybody to buy my book, and you never bought anybody's book online. I had one of my clients that could not get any book sales. I said, girl, for the next week, as much as you can afford, every day you go and buy somebody's book. I said, go buy it. Go find some friends, somebody, go and buy somebody's book online. Start buying them. Start buying people's books off of mine. I was like, first of all, you don't even know how it works. You don't even know how to hardly put yours out online because you haven't bought nobody else's. So she started buying books and buying books and buying books and buying books and buying books. Finally, it took her a couple weeks. After about a couple weeks, she finally had her book launch. We put this book launch together, so beautiful. It was smooth. It was just absolutely fabulous. She had her book launch. For somebody doing their first book and have their first book launch, she had like 50-something people come out to her book launch. Every single people bought books, and the news came out and covered the launch for her. It ended up being a huge success. That's because she had to get outside of herself. She had to first go and help somebody else. So some of you need to inspire listening and learning. You need to develop yourself by investing in some courses and some training. I know a lot of you in here do it. I'm probably not talking to the right people because you all here, y'all paid to come. And you probably buy and invest in products, but don't stop it. Don't think one is enough. You got to keep investing. I call it layering your learning. When you get serious about making money, I'm telling you, you'll be an investment king or queen. Don't hold on so tight. I'm telling you, when I was going up the prosperity ladder, I had to learn this. I had to learn to start spending in $1,000 increments because I had to get over $1,000 being a lot of money. I had to get over that. I had to get over it. So I had to be able to sow it. I remember writing a check for $1,000, and I had to be able to give it. And I had to be able to give it at my church. Those of you that go to church, you ought to be able to write $1,000 checks. That should be a goal for you, to be able to pay off some things to where you go every week and get fed. To be able to write some checks. And I remember being able to write those checks and being excited about it, to be able to write. It was a goal to be able to write a $1,000 check, and it doesn't mean anything like it was a $100 check. You got to get there, all right? Then tidy up. Clear up your clutter. Clutter stops increase. You got to do what I call a money cleanse. Clear out your purse and your wallet. Straighten out your bills. You can't have your money all crumpled all up in your purse. You got to respect money. Money loves attention. You got to give it attention. You got to pay attention to your money. Money loves speed. When opportunities come your way, you got to take fast action. You got to be prepared to, when something comes your way, to be able to say, yes, I want it, yes, I want it, yes, I want it, and be able to take speed. I missed some major things. Some of you heard the stories before when we had the Hollywood deal. Back when all the reality shows were on, we had a deal in Hollywood with superstar nail lacquer. And the deal fell through. The deal fell through because we were trying to listen to the wrong people, telling you wise people take a long time. They think about it. While we was thinking, they went and got Essie. They went and got another company because we're new. They don't have to take that long to think with us. This is an opportunity. And that deal was a $4.2 million deal. After that, what do you think I said? I'll never miss another deal a day in my life. For being slow? No, I'm going to think fast. God going to answer me quick. I'm going in the bathroom, Jesus. You better tell me by the time I come out this bathroom, should I take it, yes or no? We'll figure out the rest later, but answer me quick. Is this money supposed to come to me or not? So you got to move on your feet, all right? So you don't miss deals. Clean up. Years ago, I wanted a truck. This is when I got my first truck, and after this, I'm going to have some people come up. We're going to close. I wanted a truck, and I didn't have a truck. We had one car at the time, and we had just got our first home, and we were excited that we just had a house. Then on top of the house, I wanted to add a truck to it, and I wanted a Suburban. And so we went to the place and looked at the Suburban, and we were trying it all out. And the sales guy was just so mean to us. He was just so like he just knew we couldn't afford it. He ran the numbers like, you all can't get this truck. Like, why are you here? And I was like, well, still we want to test drive it. He was like, you want to drive this over here? I was like, I want to test drive what I came for. Take me in the truck. So if any of y'all know me, I'm very adamant about what I want to do. If you probably didn't guess that by now, but anyway, so we got in the truck and we test drove and rode it, came back. And you know how some people can be really, really snootish with you about the price point, kind of like you're not going to ever get this. Why are you even here? You don't belong here. It was kind of that kind of attitude. So because he was acting funny, my husband was ready to go. But when people act funny with me, I stayed longer because I want to challenge you because you're challenging me. So I made him run all kind of numbers. And then I made him give me the brochure. I made him give me all the information. But really what it was doing was set me up because I had everything I knew now really what it took to get the truck. So he gave me the brochure, gave me the pictures, gave me everything. So anyway, I took that brochure home. So I cut off the Suburban off of the front of the brochure. And I cleared out the garage, cleared the clutter. Made the garage neat and beautiful. We put carpet down. This is when, I don't know if y'all used to watch the Fabulous Homes or whatever. And I was watching Kimora Lee, and she had like carpet in her garage and all that kind of stuff. So where's our new little house? I said, let's carpet the garage. My husband's looking at me like, what is wrong with you? So we carpet the garage, clean it all up and everything. It's all beautiful in Michigan. Why are you carpeting snow and everything or get on that carpet? But anyway, nonetheless, so the Lord knew then I was going to be in Florida. But anyway, I put it on the garage floor, and then I said, nobody pull in here, don't park here. I put the Suburban picture on the wall. And I would walk out every single morning. And I would walk out to the garage, and I would go, stand there. This is me backing out my driveway. Anybody back there? Y'all can laugh if you want to. I got 3 of them in my driveway right now. I backed out, turned the corner. All right, let me go. I'm going to the store. Come back. Oh, yeah. Pulled back in got out my car, went back in the house. I did this every day. A year later, went back to the same salesman. I asked for him by name. I said, I came to get that Suburban. He said, oh, you want me to run the numbers again? I said, no, baby, I got a check. I'm getting ready to pay cash for it. Get my car. Go get my car. Clean it up for me. I'm not where I was a year ago. I'm in another place. I have prospered. Go get my car. Wash it. Put it out front. Put the shine on it for me. Because I'm